Good afternoon and welcome to WeFM's 3 p.m. news. I am your presenter, Rajiv Providence. First, on the local scene, in a major boost to the local fishing industry, Rainforest Seafoods SVG Limited has donated 25 tanks and 11 sets of complete diving gear to conch fishermen in Union Island and Cano One. The donation, valued at over $41,000, will benefit 27 fishermen working to recover their livelihoods following Hurricane Beryl. The equipment was officially handed over during a ceremony attended by Rainforest Seafoods country manager Stephen Seymour and Minister of Agriculture, Fisheries, Forestry and Rural Transformation, the Honorable Saboto Caesar. Seymour acknowledged the difficulties faced by the fishing community after the hurricane devastated conch supplies and disrupted the seafood sector. Despite external challenges, including U.S. tariffs and market volatility, he reaffirmed the company's commitment to supporting local fishermen. Minister Caesar expressed gratitude for the donation and highlighted ongoing government efforts to bolster the sector, including expanding the national fleet with Venezuelan funding and encouraging innovation like producing saltfish to add value to local catches. The donation reflects a shared commitment from both government and private partners to ensure the sustainability and resilience of the fishing industry, an essential pillar of the Vincentian economy and community life. Chairman of the Carnival Development Corporation, the CDC, Mr. Ricardo Adams, has made his annual appeal for persons to keep Vinci Mas the safest festival in the region. He made the appeal during the launch of Vincimas 2025 held this year at Sandal St. Vincent. We hear more from Mr. Adams.
One of the things on which we pride ourselves, not only as the CDC, not only as Vincimas, but as a nation, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, is that we have what I consider to be the safest and the most secure festival in terms of the carnival product. And every year we appeal to the entire Vincentian population. We work very closely with the stakeholders in terms of the police, the government, the people from the town board, etc. But we appeal to everybody. Let's keep it that way. That's why people love to come to Vinci Mas, because they can see people jigging, going up the road without 45 security to 10 people. And so it is something on which we pride ourselves, and it's something that we continue to strive to do. Because when you get here, and we're looking at you coming from June 22nd to July 8th, come and show people why Vinci Mas remains the safest and the hottest carnival in the Caribbean.
That was Chairman of the CDC, Mr. Ricardo Adams. Mr. Adams added that collaboration across the private sector, promoters, and the CDC is essential to delivering a stronger, more unified carnival product. Still on the local scene, the Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force, the RSVGPF, has issued a public warning regarding Iso Lynch of Leyu, who has been convicted multiple times for impersonation and deception. According to the police, Lynch, a Vincentian national standing 5 feet 6 inches with a stout build, has been posing as a police officer to manipulate members of the public into conducting financial transactions with him. The RSVGPF emphasized that Lynch has a history of such fraudulent behavior and urged citizens to exercise caution if approached by him. In a public notice, the RSVGPF stated, he poses as a public officer to deceive the public to conduct financial transactions with him. If approached, please be cautious. Anyone who encounters Lynch or has information regarding his whereabouts is advised to contact the nearest police station or call the RSVGPF headquarters at 784-457-1211. The police force continues to prioritize public safety and is actively working to prevent further incidents of fraud and impersonation. On to news in the region. The Caribbean community has reaffirmed the urgent necessity of prohibiting nuclear weapons testing, use, and proliferation, emphasizing that this imperative has never been more pressing than in this century. Speaking at a regional workshop for state signatories in Latin America and the Caribbean under the Comprehensive Nuclear Test Ban Treaty (CTBT) framework on April 3rd in Jamaica, CARICOM Assistant Secretary General for Foreign and Community Relations Elizabeth Solomon highlighted the heightened nuclear threat in this era marked by accelerated climate change and the direct and indirect possession of nuclear weapons by some states. Describing the potential use of nuclear weapons as an anathema to CARICOM, she stressed the region's commitment to preserving its status as a zone of peace. Solomon also stressed CARICOM's strong opposition to the transshipment of nuclear waste through the Caribbean Sea, citing environmental and economic concerns. The Grenada Tourism Authority (GTA) has announced an exciting boost to the island's air connectivity. Delta Airlines will launch a new daily non-stop service between Atlanta's Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport and Morris Bishop International Airport in Grenada starting December 20th, 2025. The new route, operated on a Boeing 737-800 aircraft, will depart Atlanta at 9:40 a.m. and arrive in Grenada at 3:15 p.m. The return flight will leave Grenada at 4:30 p.m. and arrive in Atlanta at 8:50 p.m. A schedule adjustment is planned for March 9th, 2026, with flights arriving an hour earlier and departing at 3:30 p.m. Bookings are now open for what the GTA describes as a strategic route, aimed at improving access to the Tri-Island destination and enhancing its appeal to international travelers. The GTA says the daily service represents a major milestone in efforts to strengthen Grenada's global tourism presence and attract more visitors from key U.S. markets. Finally, on the international scene, Tahawur Hussain Rana, a 64-year-old Pakistani-born Canadian businessman, has been extradited from the United States to India for his alleged involvement in the 2008 Mumbai terror attacks that claimed over 160 lives. Rana arrived in New Delhi on Thursday accompanied by Indian security officials, following the U.S. Supreme Court's rejection of his appeals against extradition. This marks the first time the U.S. has extradited an individual to India in a terrorism case. Indian Home Minister Amit Shah hailed the extradition as a significant diplomatic achievement, emphasizing the government's commitment to bringing perpetrators of terrorism to justice. Rana was previously sentenced in the U.S. in 2013 to 14 years in prison for providing material support to a Pakistan-based terrorist group responsible for the Mumbai attacks. India has long sought Rana's extradition, formally requesting it in June 2020. U.S. President Donald Trump announced the approval of the transfer during a joint press conference with Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi earlier this year. The extradition represents a milestone in internal counterterrorism cooperation and underscores the ongoing efforts to hold accountable those involved in orchestrating the deadly 2008 attacks. This has been WeFM's 3 p.m. News. I have been your presenter, Rajiv Providence. Join us again at 5:30 for WeFM's Evening News, and we thank you for listening.